Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. So today's video is going to be a fun experiment with this glue pad. This is the Essential Glue Pad. It's from Tsukineko, I think that's how you say the name. They make the ink brand that a lot of people use for alcohol markers, such as the Memento Tuxedo Black ink. It's made by the same company, and I'm going to be experimenting today to see whether this works with Gilding Flakes and the BetterPress system. Now, my husband recently surprised me with the BetterPress, and I really wanted to experiment as to whether I could use my Gilding Flakes with it. As you know, if you watch my channel, I like to use Gilding Flakes a lot. I also like to use foiling techniques without heat, as I don't have a hot foil machine. And so I wondered if we could get similar results using the BetterPress. Now, I have a Sizzix Big Shot machine, and of course the BetterPress is compatible with it, but this is the best kind of setup I've found to get the best impression using the Sizzix Big Shot. So I have an A2 white cardstock panel that I've cut down myself using Pink Frog smooth white cardstock, and I hold that in place with some low tack tape. That is just like having an extra shim basically, and I just find that that gives me the extra pressure that I need. And I'm using both of the shims that come with the BetterPress as well, so they're just behind the magnetic platform. So let's give this a try and let's see if this works. So the glue pad actually comes dry, and you get this little bottle of glue that you need to apply to the ink pad. So basically it's like a re-inker, and you've just got to use a swirling or circling motion just to apply the glue all over the ink pad. So this took a few moments. I'll just sped this process up. But just so that you can see how we apply the glue. You want to make sure that there's a nice even coverage of glue in the glue pad so that you don't have any dry spots when you stamp it onto the BetterPress plate. Now, because it's a soft foam pad, I didn't want to get glue all over my glass mat, so I am just going to hold the BetterPress plate in my hand and make sure that I've got a good stamped impression all over that. It's a little bit tricky to see on camera, but you can just about see where the glue is on the BetterPress plate in real life. You can see the shine, so I know when I've got a good coverage of the plate there. I can now add that to the magnetic platform, and I'm going to be using a piece of white watercolour cardstock. This again is from Pink Frog Crafts in the UK. It's just some standard thick white watercolour cardstock, which I've cut to A2 size, and I'm adding that on top of my shim that I've got in my, I think it's called the Chase. But you can see there we've got that lovely impression using the Big Shot. So let's try and add the Gilding Flakes now and see what happens. So I've got the Chariot of Fire Gilding Flakes from IndigoBlu. As you know, if you've been watching my channel, IndigoBlu Gilding Flakes are perhaps my favourite. I have tried another brand and I just didn't get on with them at all. I find the IndigoBlu flakes are just so much easier to work with. They're nice big flakes and they don't get very static. So I just find that I can control and contain the mess a lot easier. So once I've added all the Gilding Flakes, I'm then going to use a paintbrush just to take off the excess and also to burnish the flakes in a little bit. Remember, with the BetterPress, you're getting a stamped impression with some deboss as well. So you will need a little bit of pressure just to make sure the Gilding Flakes are in all of those gaps. And then I'm just taking my scoochy foam to remove the excess flakes. Now, it is a good impression. On camera, I think it looks better than it did in real life, and I wasn't overly happy with the result personally. I know it looks okay, but it wasn't the finish that I exactly wanted. So I thought I'd just try the FlitterGlu, which is the glue that I normally use from IndigoBlu, with a brayer and just see if what the results would be like with this technique. So I was a bit thinking, oh no, I've spent this money on this glue pad, but actually maybe the products that I already had would have worked perfectly fine. So let's give it a go. I'm using my brayer here just to apply the glue to the BetterPress plate. Using a brayer actually is a really good technique because you just can capture the raised areas on the plate so you don't get glue in all the debossed areas. Again, I'm just inserting a piece of watercolour cardstock on top of that shim that I've got and then running it through my Sizzix Big Shot machine. And you can see we've got a really good impression again. So this is definitely the best sandwich I've found to get a good impression on the Big Shot. I'm now just adding the Gilding Flakes again, and I will speed through this process because it is just a repeat of what we've already done. But I really wanted to show you whether we get a different look. And again, I'm just using a paintbrush here to take off the excess flakes. And already, to the naked eye, I could see that I was getting a much better impression. There seemed to be, the Gilding Flakes seemed to be sticking more in the detailed areas, and the overall finish was just a lot better. So I don't know how well you can see the difference on camera, but I definitely thought this gave a much better impression. Now, there is a lot of detail on this stamp, and there's a few areas that are still a little bit tacky. So I'm just going to come in with some Wow Sparkles. This is a biodegradable glitter. I'm just going to use my finger to add that all over the panel, burnish it in, and then remove the excess with a paintbrush. And then any areas of tacky glue that were slightly exposed, maybe in some of the deeper areas that I couldn't get with the Gilding Flakes, will be filled in, and there'll be no more tacky areas. Now, you could have used gold glitter, but I didn't have any, so I've used this pale pink, and it actually complemented the gold really well. Now, at this stage, I was thinking maybe I haven't given the glue pad a fair trial. So I'm just trying it again on a piece of smooth cardstock with Gilding Flakes and a stamp. And you can see that actually it does work. It does hold the Gilding Flakes down. It does kind of feel that if you applied enough pressure, you would be able to scratch it off the surface. So that was why I was not really sold on the glue that's in this glue pad. I just didn't have confidence that it would last. I tried it with some foil as well. And again, it did take some of the foil. It wasn't the best impression, but it definitely did do the job to a degree. Now, I don't know if I need to play around with the glue pad a little bit more. Maybe I need to let it dry before I start applying any mediums to it. So maybe there is a learning curve with the glue itself, but it does work. It's hard to capture on camera exactly what I mean when I'm saying that the impression is not as good as I would like, and also that it does feel like it would scratch off easily. But it definitely does work to a degree. Then I had another idea and thought maybe it's the glue. Maybe I just prefer the FlitterGlu. I know how it works. And so I decided to add the FlitterGlu on top of the glue that's in the glue pad. Now, this was probably an expensive empty foam pad to do this with, but I gave it a go and I really wasn't disappointed with the results. So now I've got the FlitterGlu in that pad and I'm inking up this BetterPress plate. This is the Winnie the Pooh 100 Acre Woods plate. It's such a gorgeous design, and again I'm just using some watercolour cardstock here with the BetterPress. You do have like a clear cover to put on the glue pad before you put the lid on so it doesn't stick shut, so I'd advise always doing that. And you can see there we've got a really crisp impression. So I've sped a lot of this up because it is the same process that we've already done. Again, I've just added the Gilding Flakes. I'm burnishing them with a paintbrush, brushing off the excess dust, using a scoochy foam or an abrasive foam where it's a little bit tricky to get some of the detail out. And you can see actually this gives a really, really good impression. Is it as good as hot foiling? I doubt it. I haven't seen a hot foil background in real life, so I can't comment exactly. But if you don't have a hot foil system, then this is definitely a great alternative to getting that look. It's not perfect, but it definitely captures the detail. And, you know, most of the time, you're not even going to notice any minor details or differences in the finished card. And at the end of the day, if you don't have a hot foil system and your cards are handmade, then the recipient's going to expect some imperfections. It is a handmade card at the end of the day. So I do think hot foil gives a professional finish, but these Gilding Flakes just looked absolutely beautiful with this plate. I did exactly the same on some black cardstock because I wanted to have another go. You can see the glue there a lot more easily on the black cardstock when it's dried. It's nice and clear. And then again, I just added some gold Gilding Flakes. These are the Chariot of Fire Gilding Flakes. And I thought it was interesting using this BetterPress plate because it actually is so detailed. So you really get a feel for how the Gilding Flakes will work on a very, very detailed image. So it actually really is a good test of whether this technique actually works. So I'm just burnishing it again with the paintbrush and then the scoochy foam where some of the Gilding Flakes are a little bit more tricky to remove. And then I'm going to use an adhesive eraser just to remove the Gilding Flakes around the edges where I captured the edge of the plate. And you can see there the finished background. I think this looks so pretty. The gold really shines through. You've captured all of that detail, and it's just a great way of using what you've already got in your stash. So there's the Gilding Flakes on the white watercolour cardstock and the Gilding Flakes in gold on the smooth black cardstock. And they just look incredible. And I'm also going to bring in the one that we created using the IndigoBlu FlitterGlu and the brayer and the glitter and the Gilding Flakes. And then I just watercoloured that off camera, and it looks so pretty. So I've turned all of these panels into cards, which I'm going to share with you now. For this one, I used the waffle flower nesting piercing dies just to add that detail. I added a few clear dewdrops and also a sentiment from the Spellbinders die set. I've also used the Tigger die to finish off this card, and I absolutely love how these turned out. The Tigger and the Eeyore cards that I've created look so good with the 100 Acre wood BetterPress plate in the background. Absolutely love these cards. I think they're so cute. I used the nested postage labels and tag dies for the detail around the edge, and also for the stitched panels that went in the centre from the BetterPress plate. The sentiment on the Tigger card is from the Simple Stories stamp set, and the sentiment on the Eeyore card is actually from a Concord and 9th stamp set. The pattern papers in the background, I've used the Simple Stories Say Cheese Classic Pooh paper pad. And that's my cards for today. So I really hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that it's helped you to see other ways that you could use your BetterPress plates, especially if you don't have a hot foil machine and you really want to add a kind of foiled look, then you definitely can use your Gilding Flakes, and I think they looked really beautiful. As always, all the products that I've used today will be linked in the description box below. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you've enjoyed this tutorial. It really helps me out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more from me, and I'll look forward to seeing you in another video very soon. Take care.